it's getting close to election time. I need to remind you of a couple things about Trump, things that really piss me off. Of course, trying to get the lieutenant governor of, a controller of Georgia to change and find him those 11,000 votes he needed, whether they were real or not, to win Georgia and win the election, was insane. Telling his people on January 6th to head on down to the Capitol building, stop the vote count, defraud American people of their votes, and put in fake electors to basically stuff the ballot boxes while the count was being done. Just drives me crazy. But you know what's worse? You know what's really worse, okay? The underlying shit that happened with the census. Trump's Republican buddies know that the U.S. population is becoming less and less white year after year after year, to the point that by 2040, the entire population of the United States will be majority non-white. And face it, the Republicans, the Heritage Foundation, Trump, his people, his friends, his associates, the mega wealthy in the country, and those that play mega wealthy, even though they're basically worthless like Trump, okay, don't want the average citizen, Black, Hispanic, Native American, Asian, to have a say in the government. They think it's the government is and was and always will be for the white people that are of European descent. And I'm one of them, don't get me wrong. I'm Scotch, Irish, English, and German. But I've had that crap, okay? One person, one vote. I don't think we should have electoral college. I think it should be one person, one vote in federal elections. It's fine if the states want to represent different ways. You want your vote in the state to be done somewhere, that's your state. But we're talking about the United States of America. Don't let me hear you calling us Americans, because remember, South America goes all the way to the tip of Southern America. There's Central America, which we don't want in the United States of America. So we can't call ourselves Americans. Of course, there's brothers up in Canada. It goes all the way to the Arctic Circle, basically. Okay, so don't give me this shit. We're Americans. We're U.S. citizens. And stop calling us Americans, because if you're calling us Americans, then you damn well better have your arms open to the Southern Americans and the Central Americans and our Canadian brothers up north. And if you don't, shame on you. Anyway, what Trump tried to do is take the census, which was supposed to close after the 2020 election, and bump it up. And he bumped it up. He bumped it up to Thanksgiving, beyond Thanksgiving. He bumped it up to Halloween, and then he tried to bump it up till into September. And the courts, including the Supreme Court, who are his boys, his little cadre of right-wing, conservative, right-to-life Christian bench, even stopped him from it a bit. Still, there was a historic undercount of blacks, of Latinos, and of Native Americans, and an overcount of whites. Okay, so what does that tell you? You're going to let this guy back in the White House? So he has 4 years, and remember, this is hopefully, it would be his last administration. So he's got really no need to worry about getting reelected. He can really run wild. He can run rampant. He can do anything he wants if he's back in that White House. Please, we've got to keep him out of the White House. We got to keep his sort of person out of running the United States of America. That's not what the United States of America is about. Maybe it was about that when the founding fathers formed it and didn't want blacks, because they were slaves. Didn't want women to vote, okay? didn't want any ethnicity other than white Christians to vote. Well, that's not the country that I was born in. The country I was born in is one man, one vote, one woman, one vote. So please keep this man out of the White House. If you want what's good for your children and your grandchildren, well, of course, unless you're an ultra wealthy white person with a Christian background. If that's who you are, you vote for Trump. You get out there and you get all of your relatives to vote for Trump. You get your dead relatives to vote twice for Trump. But if you're just an average working class person, maybe upper middle, maybe middle class, maybe lower class, maybe really suffering right now, and of any ethnicity, you better believe you need Trump to lose this election. Do all you can, please. Thanks, and God bless the people of the United States of America.